Hello, my name is Yamaelnickel and this is PBF Season 6 Singles Draft. This season I thought, why not make a showcase of your run? Talk about your thoughts on the games and showcase your teams. And while doing it, you can talk about the draft a little bit and your thoughts about it. So yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Before we start with my teams, I would like to introduce the draft a bit. It's a National Dex draft with Hisuian Pokemons allowed extrally. Dynamax is not allowed, and Z moves are allowed, but you can only choose 2 of the Pokemon. As you can see in these basically rough rules, there are more complex rules on the server itself. We have a channel called Draft Rules there, and all rules that are enforced can be found there. To the Hisuian Pokemon, I want to say we have given them an extended move sets that you can actually find here. So during the draft, they will not only use the move they have in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but will as well be allowed to use these moves below them. For each of them, the moves are chosen with some kind of criteria. For example, the Decidueye gets all the moves his pre-evolutions get. Same goes for Ursaluna, while monsters like Basculin and Sneasel will get the moves their regular forms get, or Basculin, the blue and red striped forms. And another exception would be Enamorus, who gets all moves all 3 other forces of nature share between each other, like Hammer Arm, Scurry Face, Attract, Brick Breaks, so this stuff. Not going in depth over every moveset, obviously. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show with the moveset. I think it's much more fun that way. Some of the Pokemon really lack moves otherwise. The other thing I wanted to talk about are the bans we have in place. Like, we allow C moves, but Omni Boosts obviously are kind of game breaking and are not allowed. They're really not fun in my opinion anyway. Abilities like Arena Trap, Guerrilla Tactics, Libero, Moody, Protein Battle Bond, Shadow Tag obviously, Speed Boost, are all banned. They're just far too strong in a format where only one person can have a Pokemon like this. And if we ban them, we can still allow the normal mons like Cinderace and Darm Galar to be used still, which is much better. And something else you might have noticed is that Hidden Power is banned as well, which limits some Pokemon to some extent, but in the end this makes games far easier to prepare for. Hidden Power is just such an easy coverage, and it really helps. It helps, in my opinion, a bit too much on being unpredictable with all special attackers, while physical attackers basically are much worse thanks to it. And yes, it's really annoying. It's really hard to counter something if it just can run Hidden Power to defeat you. Other things would be certain moves banned on Pokemon, like Seismic Toss and Mega Kangaskhan, just so we can actually allow it. Shell Smash on Blastoise. Yeah, the Mega Blastoise, regular Blastoise, still has access to Shell Smash. But we had to ban Superpower and Manamers as well. It actually gets the ability Contrary, which makes Superpower really busted. With 106 speed, it's really, really strong. But I'm gonna talk about it a bit more in depth when we look at my team, because I actually drafted it. My team is called the Macabre Mandibus, and it consists of Slowking Galar, Enanimous, Mandibus, Basculegion F, Sceptile Mega, Heracross, Quillfish Hisui, Illumise, Silvally, Cryogonal, and ScicleX. Yeah, I had a certain plan in mind for this team, but the biggest plan, well, no, plan is not really the right thing to call it. The biggest idea I had is test how good is Silvally in a draft. Like, how bad can I make my team, kinda. and still have him fix my problems. So I didn't really look too much into not drafting Pokemon of a similar type. I did it to some degree, but you can see I have 2 poison types, I have 2 flying types, I have 2 bug types. I didn't really think too much about type synergy just because I wanted to see how good is Driftveil in this draft format. But the other Pokemon I really wanted to see were Pokemon like Enamorous, Basculegion F, obviously, and Quillfish. Quillfish is really bulky, especially with Eviolite and its new typing. It gets all the moves the regular one gets, so it gets spikes, it has offensive prowess. It can be really cool. Yeah, I think in a draft it can especially really shine, and I want to see what it can do. Especially with Intimidate and Swift Swim and stuff. There are certain matchups where it will really be good. The other one would be Basculegion F, which is, in my opinion, much better than the male version. The male version has the big problem that it does not get a physical ghost stab. The female one does get Shadow Ball. If you didn't know, the female one has 100 special attack, while the male one has 112 physical attack. But the male one does have 80 special attack, which is kinda bad, while the female one has the 100 special attack plus 92 physical attack, which is honestly really great. You have the option to run both sides of the spectrum. You have decent bulk. Obviously, the physical defense kinda sucks, but yeah, it's just the options are much better on the female one in my opinion. Special attacking is usually preferred, honestly. But yeah, it can be a nuke with specs, with Scarf, can be a wrench killer. I really want to see what it can do, and yeah, Enamorous is really strong. 115 physical attack, 135 special attack, and 106 speed. As you can see with these movesets, like superpower and special moves is really busted. It really is busted, and it gets hammer arm as well, so you can boost its speed while dealing damage. It's really good. So yeah, it's pretty much a really strong breaker. Does get a hidden ability in Healer, so you can actually run setup on it as well. And then you have my defensive core in Mandibuzz and Slowking Galar. And I think these two just work really well together. That's why I drafted them. I think they kinda, in almost every matchup, are just really strong. They're little to none offensive Pokemon that can break both. And even if there is, I still have the Quillfish to kinda really balance it out even more. So yeah, and I still have the Driftveil as well. The other ones on my team, like Sceptile and Heracross, are just strong sweeper kind of Pokemon, like Choice Scarf. Heracross is really good. You can run it as Wall Breaker as well. You can run it with setup. You can run it with Guts just to be like, you can basically run 2 different kinds of Wall Breaker, like you can the Moxie Choice Band, or can the Flame Orb Heracross. It's really good. Mega Sceptile as well is kind of versatile, can be physical, can do special. It's basically after Mega Electric Immunity. It's really frail, that's the problem, but its speed stat is just so massive. It probably it's really hard to do. It pretty much forces my opponent to run some kind of Scarfer that cannot speed it, which is much easier to prepare for. And then you have the 3 kind of outliers in ScicleX, Cryogonal, and Illumise. Illumise I have a plan for in mind. It does get the prank stability, so status moves are always priority. It probably will be pretty cool if I get the matchup where I can use the idea I have in mind. I don't really want to spoil it now though. The Cryogonal, I just wanted the Rapid Spinner and some Ice Stab was cool as well. Team kind of lacks mostly some type diversity still, but I really wanted an Ice type that's strong, or at least kind of strong. 95 is not really the strongest, honestly, but it's decently strong, and I wanted something fast. With the 105, it can be really threatening to most teams, and actually in this draft we have a lot of teams that are really weak to ice, so I really want to see the thing pull off a sweep. That's basically what I want to try with it, but we'll see later. So then we have ScicleX, which sadly is my only rock setter. I don't really mind it too much. I think in Manibus I have pretty good hazard removal anyway, and I don't mind not having rocks. I would rather go for spikes or toxic spikes, I think. And yeah, it's just more immunities, it's just really strong physical wall I can use in certain matchups. As weaknesses are it's kind of similar weakness to Galar and Quillfish, which is kind of bad, but I think overall it kind of benefits the team. It helps against fairy types a bit more. I do have some weaknesses to it, but yeah, I think it's if I want to change something, it would probably most likely be the ScicleX. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team, and I'm looking really forward to my first game. And yeah, after this short presentation of my team, oh, something I forgot is, I really should mention that my Z-move uses are the Enamorous and the Basculegion F. Basculegion F obviously to blow out these really huge adaptability Z-moves that really can nuke something. I think this would be really cool. I fear though that I most likely will always have to run some other items, and Enamorous really is just so strong, and with a Z-move after setup or after the contrary boost, it can really steamroll, especially with a Z-move to break the certain wall that it struggles with. It has such a vast move pool. I just think it's basically one of the best Pokemon this draft to have a Z-move. But since both of them are really are not legal yet, we can't use them in any legal format. We don't really know what they are capable of. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using them and seeing what they can do. But yeah, so my first matchup is against ScicleX with the Super Kings Gambit. Yeah, the really cool team. There's a Gudrasu, Rillaboom, Alomomola, Primarina, Yamaelnickel, Arcanine Kanto, Electivire, Wigglytuff, Shuckle, Crobat, Sableye. I like this team, but I don't really like Sableye, Wigglytuff, and Shuckle in the team, honestly. Like, I don't see Shuckle being that useful in almost any matchups. I mean, yeah, Sticky Web is pretty cool, but its general speed is so low. It's still like Rillaboom doesn't really care about speed usually because of Grassy Glide. Arcanine is mostly more of bulky Pokemon anyway, and that does get extreme speed. The Pokemon that most benefits from it is probably Electivire and Primarina. Maybe Primarina. It's still kind of slow. You would rather run it bulky, honestly. But yeah, these two can really benefit from it. I guess Arcanine with setup can as well, to some extent. But there's another glaring issue, and that is his only hazard removal is Crobat. And that means he only can defog, so Shuckle usually is useless. You would rather go for Stealth Rocks with Wigglytuff, for example. It's just kinda annoying. His best defensive mon is Alomomola, which is kinda bad, like he's pretty much his only defensive mon as well. It pretty much has to come always. The team's pretty strong still though. It's just the speed and the heather problem, in my opinion. But this kinda helps me in the matchup because I have some really fast mods. I don't need them to be full speed because they won't outspeed a Scarfer anyway then. And yeah, I don't need to waste the speed to outspeed anything here because they won't outspeed a Crobat, and The other things they will outspeed naturally. Um, so what do I think he will bring against me? I really don't expect the Shuckle because of the issues I mentioned before. I really don't see the Sableye either. I do have 2 Dark types, so Prankster won't work on them, so you can't status them with Will-O-Wisp and Stall or something. It's kind of pointless against I do have an Amorous who blasts him. Wigglytuff is kind of useless in my opinion, so I don't see it as well. And Reuniclus is against me bad as well, I think. Like, I have the Slowking, I have the Mandibas, I have the Quillfish, and all of them pretty much are hard for him to deal with. It's I don't really expect it. I don't think he will bring it. I don't see much of a reason to use it. I have some plans against it if he really tries to bring it, but I don't think it's really great against me. What I really think is great against me is a Addition of Hisuian. It's really strong. It's really bulky. It has really good offenses. And yeah, it has such a vast move pool. It is his Z-move use as well, which I don't think is so great because it's just a bulky Pokemon, but still not to be underestimated. But its move pool is so vast, and has such good attack stats. If it wants to, it can nuke something, but I think rather going defensively against me is a bit better. The other things I really have to fear are the Rillaboom and the Primarina. Rillaboom does a lot of damage, even to resisted Pokemon. I basically have to go with my Mandibas against it to kinda sponge all the moves it has. And setup is still kinda bad for me. If I lose my Mandibas, I probably lose to Rillaboom, not gonna lie. The Alomomola I really expected as well. Like, pretty much the first row, I see them coming. Like, Lomomola is just such a Pokemon, and it fixes a problem that the Gudra has, and that is no recovery, but it can just wish into it and yeah, just recover all its health. It's, yeah, I think this is his best way to go with these 3. Tease him so certainly. The other thing that I really expect is a Primarina, because I don't have too many water switch-ins. I, in fact, don't really have some. My water resists are fake water resists, in that they take still like 80% or something from Specs Hydro Pump. Yeah, I really expect to see this, and I really expect a Spec set as well, just because it's so strong against me. The other thing that probably will come is the Electivire, because it's actually one of the mons that threatens my Slowking and Mandibas core. The electric moves hit Mandibas super effectively, while it gets access to Earthquake to threaten my Slowking. So yeah, we have in the first matchup exactly one mon that is hard to deal with for both of them. Yeah, so I really expect that, but the thing is, because of the speed, I see it kind of starve, which makes it worse. Because it's much weaker than, I don't think Wild Charge will ever two-shot my Mandibas then. But we can go over that again when I look at the team, exactly what I made. The other thing that I would see could be the Arcanine or the Crobat. Crobat just to potentially wall the Enamorous as well and do something against Heather. If he doesn't bring Crobat, that's so good for me, it's really good for me. The Arcanine has some capabilities, like can teleport, for example, that's an option. It can be banded or something, it can be really strong though. He could bring it, its speed here is still good, and the E-speed, like banded E-speed, would be a good option against Lamorous and stopping his sweep, because its bulk is not the greatest. But yeah, looking at his team, I'm gonna reconnect for a second. So, looking at his team, and now showing my team. Actually, I went with a healer ability, Enamorous, because Calm Mind, Moonblast, Focus Blast, and Sludge Wave kinda go through the team. The Moonblast is pretty much only here because of the Alomomola. I really want to hit it super effectively, not super effectively. I really want to hit it stronger than a Sludge Wave or Focus Blast. I really don't want to not two-shot it. I could go with like Thunderbolt, but I really don't like the idea of him switching into like Electivire and Rillaboom and Gudra. I really don't want to risk. I really don't want to risk there. Honestly, I'm thinking about. Like, I always have to risk the Focus Miss. I could run Thunderbolt if I think about it. Okay, gotta check for a second. Does get Thunderbolt, right? Check this. Nope. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, it doesn't get Thunderbolt, so never mind what I just said. Yeah. And Amorous really has a wide move pool, gets really cool moves still, like Grass Knot. Grass Knot would be cool if Gudra wouldn't have Sapsipper. I could go for this because I think the Rillaboom will still take a lot of damage. But yeah, I think Moonblast is my best option. I could go for something like Psychic. But I think this set is the best option I do have. I have the Slowking Galar with full special defense investment. I decided against an AV just to have the option to nasty plot up and then possibly nuke the Gudra, or at least two-shot it with Focus Blast, depending on the set obviously. I really like the idea, and Future Sight just to help the Enamorous against the annoying things like if he brings Crobat, and he basically tries to wall it with the set after seeing the moves or just doing a gamble, because if they don't have Psychic, Crobat walls it. I can just set up the Future Sight and be good. Yeah, this set pretty much hits everything as well. And then we have the Basculation app, which I run physically with a Liquidation Superpower and the coverage move of Ice Beam for Rillaboom and Flip Turn. Like, this thing gets walled by a Lomomola, but if he doesn't bring it, or if I can remove it beforehand, it can destroy Soul Team. This lives an attack from Arcanine, like always, and kills back, like Flip Turn does after Intimidate 50 or more, I think, with Expert Belt as well. Ice Beam 2 shots Rillaboom, so he can switch into it as well. And Superpower does 50 to physically defensive Hisuian Gudra as well. It's really strong, really strong. I really hope it does a lot. Here the same, I just gave it enough speed to outspeed the Primarina, just in case I need to revenge kill it with it. And the rest I can go into bulk, so I lift the moves more easy. Another thing is the Silvally, which I run with the Grass Memory. This allows me to switch into Specs Hydro Pump actually. Primarina is a nuke, yes, but this actually lifts Specs Hydro Pump pretty easily. But not only that, it lifts a Specs Moonblast, which is really insane. Like, obviously the Ice Beam is a problem, but if I manage to switch into a Moonblast and I get really low, like 10%. First of all, I know this is an Specs, I know this can't be Scarf, and I'm so low, so I can really expect a switch out from him. And if he goes into his Gudra, I have Reversal on it, and Reversal becomes I think 150, 200 base stat move, base attack move, and it's so strong. And it actually, after Sword Stance, one-shots every Gudra set. It's so strong. And if he goes into Arcanine or Electivire, and risk a speed tie, I can just go boom. That would be pretty good. And even if it doesn't, I basically can see the set. I would rather obviously have it go into Gudra, losing it, going to one or the other, and I can go boom and he loses this as well. That would be really insane. I really hope this set can do something. It could possibly help me against the Alomomola as well. And basically it can, late game, sweep his team just because it speed ties with his fastest Pokemon. The only problem would be the Crobat. But I do have options for the Crobat, one in Slowking Galar and the other in actually my Quillfish Hisuian with Eviolite, full HP, some attack investment and enough special defense investment to live a Specs Hydro Pump. Now this is insane. A 65 HP, 55 Spadefmon lifts a Specs Hydro Pump and kills with Poison Jab back. It's so good. And the other thing that's really good against him are Toxic Spikes. His only poison type is Crobat, who can't absorb the Toxic Spike, and his only defogger is Crobat. So yeah, he really has to rely on Crobat to get rid of them, and these will help me in the long run against him. I really like this idea with Toxic Spikes, putting them up, and knowing the Alomomola, chipping down the Rillaboom. I just have to decide if I want one or two stacks up. The other thing is the Throat Chop, which I basically only have for the Yamaelnickel. I really don't want to underestimate it and get defeated by it just because I don't have a good move against it. So yeah, the Quillfish will definitely be helpful there. And the Pain Split, obviously, to recover some health. It still has really low HP. Against his more bulky mons and for example the Amololola, it will be really helpful in stalling it out. The last mon I already mentioned in Teambuilding is my Mandibuzz with Foul Play, Toxic, Defog, Roost, and Heavy Duty Boots with the Overcoat ability. Yeah, it's basically a standard Mandibuzz, if you know from the ladder. It's just there to annoy the Rillaboom, to annoy the physical offensive Arcanine, and possibly even the Electivire. If it's scarfed and has like goes for Earthquake, I get a free switch in, free Foul Play, free Toxic. The only things that can really switch in Toxic would be the Crobat and the Hisuian Gudra, which both I have options for. And Crobat still doesn't like a Foul Play. So yeah, I think this is pretty balanced. I would like to have a U-turn on that as well, but I think these moves are pretty fine. I need the Toxic on the Alomomola to deal with it over time. Yeah, getting this team Toxic is probably really helpful, especially if I want to late game switch Silvally or the Anemoros. Yeah. I think this team is probably the best I could do against him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how my sets will work out against him. And more importantly, I'm really excited to see what he will bring and how he will play it. Probably, maybe he will just really surprise me with a really cool set and just destroy me in the first turn. Okay, I see this is almost going on for half an hour now. Next time I'll try to keep it shorter. Obviously I won't introduce draft again. I won't introduce my team, my draft team again. I just will have a short talk about my team and why I will bring it. Not explain the opponent's team as much, I think. And yeah, I hope you liked it so far, and the next thing would be the battle against him, which I really hope will go well, but we'll see, and yeah, have fun. Hello, and we are here in the battle. Just as I predicted, the top mons are here in his team. The Rillaboom, the Alomomola, the Gudra Hisui is here as well. Yeah. The Primarina as well. Sword coming, it's really good against my team. really did not see the Wigglytuff though. Still don't really see it. And the Arcanine is pretty good as well. I don't know what the Wigglytuff will do. But yeah, so right now I'm thinking about which mon to start with. If I start with Slowking, I don't really have a bad matchup. I mean, if there's Rillaboom, I can just switch. And everything else, I really have a good matchup against. Yeah, so Slowking it is for my start. Just real quick, gonna use this here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Slowking is my best option to start with. Yeah, he starts with Rillaboom, just expected. Okay, the thing is now, he can do a lot, but I have my Mandibuzz, which always comes in. He does knockoff, I don't really care. I can Foul Play here, or I can Toxic. I think Toxic is my better play, because if he goes into Goodra, okay, that's fine, I can go into Slowking. Slowking will handle this, and everything else doesn't want to be toxic. Like, on Foul Play he could go into Primarina, which is really cool for me. He could set up as well, but he will not do much damage to Mandibuzz anyway. I don't know what else. I mean, I really expect either the Primarina, the Goodra, or the Goodra. Primarina would really be good. And yeah, everything. He can't set up with Rilla right now. He knows I could be Foul Play. I could be Brave Bird as well. Yeah, okay, he goes into the Goodra, which is fine. I have my Slowking. I think he really wishes he had Electivire here, I think. Just God, this car is so annoying. Infestation. That is really good. I will do a lot of damage here. He cannot kill me. No way. There's no way he can ever kill me. Acid Spray, oh boy. This does not do enough damage. And I can do Focus Blast, which will hurt. What? He's insane. Yo! No, that's not good. Immediately miss. Ooh, and now the Steel Beam could possibly... Ooh, the Draco miss into the hit. Okay. It's still not great, but honestly, I could still live it. I could still live it. The thing is, if I live it, do I want a future side up, or do I want to risk the Focus Blast? I have a higher chance of missing it. Do I want the... I can revenge fight. I don't care right now. Yeah, exactly. My question as well. Didn't expect anything like this. Infestation Acid Spray Draco Meteor. Hitting my Focus Blast would have been really great. Oh, he crits. Oh, that's not good. But it's fine. I can go into an Amorous. Just set up, right? Can I set up into win? Can I set up into win? Could have Iron Head. I mean, honestly, I think this is my way to go. Go with a Calm Mind. Just winning from here. Can I? Depends on what he goes into. Never so pixely. It's really funny looking. Yeah, but yeah, the Slowking pretty much did what I kinda expected him to. Switch into Gudra. I really did not expect this set. This is a really interesting set. Acid Spray, Infestation. Probably there could be Iron Head as the last move, though this play could be bad. But come on, why not? I made this Enamorous to sweep, so he probably just expect me to go for Hammer Arm or something and kill him. He could sack this, maybe try to attack me, maybe just go for an Acid Spray or something. You could switch out though as well into Primarina maybe, expecting the Hammer Arm, expecting the Earthbound going into Phil Collins. Great name. Station Acid Spray Gouda, yeah. Interesting. Pretty much to defeat the Slowking, which it couldn't have. Honestly, I'm curious if the crit mattered. The miss and the crit were really unfortunate. The crit not so much. If in the end both didn't really matter so much. Just he missed as well. Yeah, okay. I can set up here. Can I set up again? I could, right? Should I? Nah, I'm gonna get yeah, so huge damage. So I will be revenge killed. I can just go last here, just in case he feels funny, just doing more damage. I don't know what he would switch into. Namorous is really strong still. I still have my Mandibus for the Phil Collins. Can just go for foul play as well. Curious, what will he do? I expect the Arcanine to be able to revenge kill. I expect the Phil Collins to be able to revenge kill. I think if he goes to Arcanine, I will just pop the Z move. It's not useful anymore. He probably has to sack. Yeah, he has to sack his Manatee. So now he goes into Phil Collins. Wait, what? Huh? Roll. Yeah. Get out. I don't get this play, like, okay, the crit probably mattered, but still, what did he want to do with it? Like, wish into Gary? I still have my Z move, so that really didn't matter. Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. No, I really don't think it's over yet. I don't think it's over yet. I don't think it's over yet. Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. Okay, yes, Sludge Wave. Just, oh wow, it lives. Why? Why would you do this? I mean, yeah, you can't really, I don't know, what is, yeah, the Arcanine is pretty cool. That's exactly, I can go into my Quillfish here. Do I go into my Quillfish here is the question. Yeah, I go into my Quillfish here. Like, why would I risk and stay in? Flank charge, okay. That's fine by me. Like, I go for a poison jab, I guess. You can try setup. I have pain split as well. I'm curious. We found out something about the Eviolite not really working with them for 3 months. I'm curious if my Eviolite works really as intended. One of the other admin team members tested it. He said it's working with Goldfish, but that's a lot of damage. Yeah, I guess Arcanine's pretty strong, right? Not too knowledgeable about the... Ooh, that's not a good switch. That was not a good switch. What? He gave me... What? And now I can freely go into my Mandibus. What? What? What is this? What is this, man? What? What is this menace? I go into Silvally. I will just go into Silvally, yeah. And from here on, I can just win. I can go for the... Yeah, I go for multi-attack. I really don't want him to wish. I really don't want him to wish. I don't know what the Gudra, Zabaloo could be. Maybe Overcoat, maybe Gooey. Could be both. I don't think I had a physical attack. I didn't know, right? No. Yeah, goodbye, Wigglytuff. On the Arcanine, there's a question. Will I just go Boom? I think I will. On the Rillaboom, I'll probably SD. On Gary, I would probably just go into Goldfish. Maybe sack it. Basket Legion will be really cool here. Gary comes in. I can go for this. I go for the SD, honestly. I would just set up. You will probably Infestation, Acid Spray, something like this. Maybe go for Draco. Don't know. Flamethrower. Oh, that's cool. No burn? No burn. Nice. I can go for another SD. Right? Like, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Yeah, you just go for another SD. Oh, wow. Yeah, bitch. Oh, no, no, sorry. I have to send that later. Okay. Yeah, I can just go for multi-attack and kill. Okay. Yeah, I really wasn't scared of this. Yeah, we'll just boom. Yeah, and Basket Legion will finish this for me with this superpower. Oh no, yeah, okay. GG. Oh, it was Gooey! Okay, yeah, so this was the game. I hope you enjoyed. As honestly, I really like the sets you brought. Leech Seed, Rillaboom, Flame Offensive Life Orb, Arcanine, really cool. I didn't see the Alomomola, probably Wish Passing. Don't really know why Wigglytuff pretty much did the same here, and that the Gudra set is really, really cool. It's really, really cool. But yeah, it's kind of loose setup, and I don't know what the Primarina is. Probably Specs, maybe AV. Probably Specs though. Really cool. Really liked that my team worked so good here as well. And yeah, see you next time.